We begin tonight with a familiar problem for many people here in Central Ohio, heroin addiction. Good evening. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Cabot Ray.
And I'm Lee Merritt. A record number of Ohioans died from drug-related overdoses in 2014, and no community is immune from addiction. A town hall meeting to address this problem in Dublin is set to begin in about an hour. NBC4's Dan Perlman is there now live with a preview of the police chief's message to the community. Dan?
Well, you know, his message is we need to start talking about this. This is an epidemic across the country, across the state, and in all of our communities, many of our communities, including right here in Dublin. Now, tonight, there is going to be a town hall meeting with a lot of people, leaders, community members, discussing how they can combat the issue of heroin in our neighborhoods. Now, one of the speakers here tonight will be Paul Schoonover. Paul, first off, why is it that you wanted to be here tonight?
Well, 3.5 years ago, we lost our youngest son, Matthew, age 21, to a heroin overdose. From the pain from that experience, we wanted to make sure that we could help educate parents and families as much as possible so they didn't have to go through that terrible ordeal that we did.
Now, the goal here tonight is to find out ways and discuss ways to combat this issue. What is your message? How can we start?
One of the things that we need to do is to acknowledge that heroin is everywhere. It's in Dublin, it's in Worthington, it's everywhere we go. And we need to be aware of that, and then parents need to educate themselves about heroin and other drugs, what their kids are doing, and start talking to their kids, making sure they know what's going on.
All right, Paul, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to hear from you a little bit later on tonight at 11, since you are one of the speakers here. All of this here will begin at the Dublin Community Rec Center at 7 o'clock. That's a little less than an hour. Everyone is welcome to attend. We are live in Dublin. Dan Perlman, NBC4.
All right, Dan, thanks. And we'll get more at 11 o'clock on that. Now, new at 6, the Fairfield County prosecutor says 3 major drug offenders have now been indicted for trafficking heroin. They are all accused of selling heroin in Fairfield County, making about $43,000. Both Fairfield and Franklin County officers raided their home in Reynoldsburg last month. The prosecutor says none of the suspects is in the country illegally and are now being held on $500,000 bond.